You're going on vacation. How exciting! But darn it, your family still wants to eat. And not only that, you're going with an extended group of family, and so now you have so many more people to plan for. So let's tackle the question that so many of you have asked this summer is how do you meal plan when you're going on an extended family vacation? Let's get started with the first thing. Someone needs to be in charge. You need to have a leader, and that leader is going to lead the charge. Now, that leader needs to be an integral part of planning the whole vacation, because when it comes to meal planning, just like when we meal plan at home, you're going to want to know what your schedule is going to look like, because you're going to want to make meals that match your schedule, just like at home. You don't want to go to all the work of meal planning on vacation and then not have it work out. That would be the pits. Right? You want to also think about when you're going to eat out and what nights you're going to eat at home and what nights you're going to be at the beach or on an excursion and you only have so much time. And you also need to think about things like if you're staying at a rental, what kind of features do they have? Do they have a slow cooker? Do they have an oven? Do they have pots and pans? Those things need to be considered before you ever make a meal plan. And don't forget, oftentimes when you're not staying at home, there isn't a large plethora of spices, so it's more than okay to keep things simple. But put somebody in charge. Okay, now that you have somebody in charge, the next thing you need to do is to decide who you're planning for and what you're planning for. Are you going to plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Are you just going to plan for dinner? When I go on my side of the family, we plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But it isn't as extravagant as it sounds, and we'll talk about that. When we go with my husband's side of the family, we just plan for dinners, and everybody takes care of their own breakfast and lunch. That's how it works. So it's good to know that it can be done both ways, but you all need to be on the same page when it comes to things like this. And if I can give you an FYI, make sure you're all on the same page and everyone is included in the communication, because the fastest way for frustration and anger to occur is a breakdown in communication. So if I can give you one piece of advice, is that make sure everybody is being communicated to. Which brings me to my next point. Whoever is in charge needs to send out a group email, a group text, maybe even a sign-up genius, so that you know what people are signing up for. You don't want to have taco night 2 nights in a row, and then everybody can sign up for what they want. It's time to divide and conquer. So like I said, my side of the family, we plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And how it works is my mom sends out a group text. She starts with about 50% of the meal plan taken care of. Of course, she uses the Simple Purposeful Living Meal Planner. And she has breakfast, lunch, and dinners kind of categorized out. What nights we're going to eat out, what nights we're going to eat home. And she has about 50% of that prepared. Then she asks my sister, myself, and my cousins each to bring an idea to the table to make for a family dinner. I oftentimes volunteer to make a taco bar. My cousin loves to make smoked meat and bring that. My sister likes to do things like barbecue chicken, salmon, shrimp on the grill. So we each bring our own, maybe our own signature dish, our own fan favorite, maybe our dinner winner that always works for our family, and we meal that plan together. And then we group text back, and my mom fills it in on the meal planner. That's how it works on my side of the family. On Scott's side of the family, my husband's side of the family, this year we're going to Destin, Florida, and my mother-in-law, there's 4 nights we're all together, so each one of us, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my other sister-in-law, and I will each take a night of being in charge. And I know for a fact my sister-in-law and brother-in-law are doing hot dogs, hamburgers one night. We're going to do taco bar one night. I'm not sure what the other 2 are doing yet either. But we're each going to take a night, and we'll bring or buy all of the items that we need for our meals on that night, including tableware. I'm going to be bringing some things like that. And then again, we're going to email back what we're bringing and on what night so that everybody's on the same page and we know which night we are in charge. Now, when it is our night to cook, we take care of all the cleanup. So I'm really thankful that I have 4 kids because I put them to task and to work too. So we set out all the food, we prepare all the food, and then we also clean up at the end, which is also why I bring paper products so that it's an easy cleanup and I can get back to enjoying my vacation as well. Okay, so we have someone in charge. We decide who and what we're planning for. Then we divide and conquer. Don't forget that you also need to think about things like drinks, snacks, desserts, and tableware, things that you might not think about at home because you just have them on hand. But what kind of drinks do you want to have? What kind of snacks do you want to have? What kind of desserts do you want to have? And any tableware, things like napkins, plates, plastic cups and dishes, anything like that that might be helpful. Water bottles, lemonade, Gatorade, pop, any of those sorts of things, or soda if you live in the South. All right, now it's time to start gathering the supplies. We want to think about what things can we make ahead, what things can we buy pre-made, and what do we do with getting all the rest of the supplies when we arrive at our destination. So let's start with, what can I make pre-made? Things like meat is awesome. If you have the driving capability and you can take it with you, making meat in advance is a great option. Things like taco meat, barbecue chicken for shredded chicken sandwiches are both great options. You can freeze them in advance and then they'll thaw as you drive to your destination. Other things that are great to take along are desserts. For our 4th of July family vacation, I am bringing all of the desserts. Not all of them. My aunt's bringing a few as well. But I'm bringing things like Scotcheroos, Hello Dolly bars, which are very much like 7-layer bars. I'm bringing my grandma's ginger snap cookies. And then my dad requested our family gump, which is kind of like Chex Mix. So I'm bringing all of those things, and I have the capability to get it from my house to the lake, and so I can do that. Now, when we go to Florida, I'm not going to have that same capability to bring frozen things with me. So if you don't, then that's where pre-made options or options where you maybe Instacart. I'm planning an Instacart delivery. I can order in the Instacart app and have it delivered to our beach rental. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can also do a Walmart pickup. You can choose any Walmart near where you're going to be staying and just pick up those groceries. Just don't forget that when you get back home to change the Walmart back, or your groceries will still be at your vacation destination. Okay, don't forget also that this is the time that maybe you're saving money at home, but you're on vacation, you want to spend time with your family, you don't want to be stuck in the kitchen. It's okay to buy things that are pre-made, maybe some pre-cut vegetables, pre-cut fruit, some frozen monkey bread, frozen quiche for breakfast, anything like that that's just going to save you time that you can pop in the oven, even a frozen lasagna, frozen garlic bread, and a salad, bagged salad kit for a meal one night. That all is so easy to throw together, and it doesn't take any time away from enjoying time with your family. So think, what can I make ahead? What can I pre-make? And then what can I order and pick up when I arrive? And don't forget, you can eat out as well, but sometimes it's just as easy to eat in. One of our favorite things to do is to grab pizza from a local pizza place. It's fairly economical, and you can eat it at home, but again, there's no prep. Okay. A few last minute reminders when it comes to meal planning for a crowd. Number 1, it's okay to eat things more than once. Yes, I said it. When we go to the lake at the 4th of July, we are there for 9 days. To come up with 9 different breakfast, lunch, and dinner options is a lot for anybody. So for breakfast, we ate eggs a couple of times. We're going to have breakfast pizza a couple of times. Spoiler, that's frozen in the freezer section, and we're just going to pop it in the oven in the morning. We're going to have pancakes on the grill a couple of times, and then we'll probably just have things like toast or bagels a couple of times. We also love those frozen mini quiches that you can find. They're delicious. Put a little bit of fruit salad together, and you have yourself a simple meal. We also love to do sandwiches when we're on a beach vacation. So for our upcoming Florida vacation with my husband's side of the family, we're planning on just doing a sandwich bar every day. Everybody can make sandwiches the way they like them, and we can take them to the beach. It's okay to have something more than one time. The next thing I want to remind you of is bar-style meals work great for crowds. What do I mean by that? Like a taco bar, a salad bar, a sandwich bar, a burrito bar, anything where people can make it exactly like they like it. Plus, it helps with prep for you and cleanup. You can just lay it all out, let everybody make it themselves. You don't have to make it all. And then cleanup is much more of a breeze. So think of things like I said, taco bar, burrito bar, salad bar, sandwich bar. They're all great options. Oh, and for 4th of July, I'm doing a BLT bar. And I'm gonna buy that bacon pre-made at Costco, so it's a cinch. You just have to pop it in the oven or pop it in the microwave, and you have a whole bunch of bacon, and it's already made. All right, another thing I want you to think about is don't forget to plan for drinks, desserts, snacks, and tableware, like I said. You want to go ahead and put that in your group email, your group text, or even that Sign Up Genius. A Sign Up Genius is great. It seems like overkill, but it works great. That way everybody knows what you're bringing, what they're bringing, and that it's taken care of. So you don't double up and waste food, but you also don't forget something and have to run to the store when you'd rather be hanging out together. And then last but not least, don't forget to write it down in a meal planner. You can use the Simple Purposeful Living meal planner, but it's important when you arrive to your destination that everybody knows, okay, this is what we're having this night, this is what we're having the next night, because even though you're on vacation, people still want to know what's for supper. So write it down, have a plan, that way everybody's on the same page, because communication, as we already discussed, is key. When you're with a large group, you need to communicate more the better to minimize frustration. Oh, and one last thing, keep it simple. You're on vacation. Remember, food is just the conduit to connection. I love remembering that. Sometimes food can feel so overwhelming and all the preparations feel so overwhelming. But when I remember that food is just a means for gathering my family around the table for connection and making memories, it really helps me just to keep it simple and to remember that it doesn't have to be fancy to feed my family. That things like sandwiches and tacos and pizza from the local pizza place are perfect options on vacation. So unless you love to cook and you want to make extravagant meals, by all means, go ahead, but don't feel less than or unworthy if you want to keep it simple, because the point of vacation is spending time together and making memories. And some of my favorite meals that my grandmother made me were some of the simplest for her to prepare, and I still love them just the same. So a good reminder. I hope this was helpful as you plan and prepare for your next vacation. Remember, put somebody in charge, communicate, and then decide what do you want to make in advance, and what can you get there, and then enjoy your vacation and all the meals that you'll prepare. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our content in the future, and don't forget to hit the bell in the corner to be notified of our next drop. Until next time, keep on keeping on with a simple, purposeful life and enjoy your